Welcome to my channel, and welcome to day 1 of Vlogmas. My name is Jen, and for some strange reason, I thought at the last minute, hey, let's do Vlogmas. This is great. I don't need sleep. What the hell, hey, no big deal. But anyway, thought, we'll also combine it with Dinovember, because I like dinosaurs, and, I like drawing dinosaurs, realistically sort of, are cute, and in this case they're going to be cute, because it's going to be 24, 25, is it 24, 25? Whatever, 24, 25 days of dinosaurs celebrating Christmas. They're having a big Christmas party, we'll say. So they're going to be different dinosaurs, hopefully doing different kind of Christmassy things, depending on how I figure that out, because a lot of them don't have arms. So, hey, maybe it'll just be like poking things with sticks. I don't actually know how that's gonna work. No, I'm okay for a drink, thank you. He'll be asking me if I needed a drink, but I'm good. He's good like that. He asks if I need something. And which actually, he ended up giving me an idea for this later on, which when I get to, I will point out the idea. But anyway, so I'm doing this in Clip Studio. I keep wanting to call it Pro, but it's not Pro, and I really gotta remember that it's not Clip Studio Pro. So, Clip Studio, because I thought, if I'm gonna ink this, or if I'm gonna mess around with styles, I'll use Clip Studio, because it looks a little bit more digital, I guess, which is kind of the look I'm going for this at least. Sometimes I don't want it to look digital, but in this case, I want it to look digital. So I drew and sketched the dinosaur, which you can see here. So this is the final, very quick sketch. Took about 10-15 minutes to do, really. I decided we'll ink the dino. This is my first idea. Ink the dinosaur. Just ink the dino, which is actually a hell of a lot easier with this tablet, because I'm not like, I have my arm leaning against something. I don't know how to explain it. It's easier to draw an ink line with this tablet rather than the other tablet I had where you're not drawing on, well, you're drawing on the tablet. Well, it's hard to explain. Maybe I'll make another video about that. How the difference between drawing on a pen display tablet, which is what the big one is here, and the other one, like the Helion Pro, whatever, 1060 I think it is, plus, I can't remember exactly. The arms on this were a pain in the ass to draw, because I'm like, how do I make cute T-Rex arms? I have no idea. But not that he kind of looks like a T-Rex, because he doesn't have any teeth. He can't see any teeth. He looks too happy to be the idea we have our T-Rexes in our head where they're like, grrr, I'm gonna eat you kind of thing. But, and then I just put a Christmas hat on, because I was like, I can't really put a Christmas sweater on him. Or, I guess I could put bells on him or something on his tail. Yeah, or holly. Hey, that's an idea. Keep that, write that down, because I'll forget. I know I'll forget. Maybe, more than likely. But anyway, put a Christmas hat on him, because, what the hell, it makes him look kind of Christmassy in the end. Kind of. Maybe, sort of. I'm crossing my fingers it does look Christmassy. But anyway, so yeah. Fix up the hat, because I didn't like the line. That's a much better line, that. More hat-like, I guess. And then I forgot to hit record on when I colored the T-Rex green. Which doesn't matter in the end, you'll find out. But, so the coloring didn't look quite right. So I thought, hey, well, you can see me coloring the hat at least. Excuse me. I have the hiccups. That's really rude. Sorry. Apologies. So we'll color the hat instead, which I just highlight the color that I need to highlight, the color, and then use my favorite brush for doing coloring like this, which I don't actually know the name of, because I think the original name is in Japanese, and I don't speak Japanese, but if it was maybe in Korean, I could say it, but I can't read Korean. I can speak something, like, if I went to Korea, I'm not gonna starve, we'll say that. I know what to eat and what not to eat, because it's like, no, I don't want that. But, so I'm not gonna starve. At least I couldn't carry on a conversation, but maybe if I was gonna go, I'd, try to, look up basic conversations, just to be, just in case. It's better to know certain words when you're going to countries that don't speak English. But, so, I decided, for the background of this, for the tree and the presents, for the original dragon that I inked and colored, I thought we'll do maybe just a more painterly style, right, to see what it looks like, because I'm still experimenting with my digital style. I haven't quite got there, but maybe I figured out, depending on what I'm drawing, the style that I want. Keep the painting style for more realistic things, like dogs and horses and stuff like that, and maybe if I'm drawing like a realistic looking dragon. But for stuff like this, which is supposed to be like just some kind of cutesy thing, it doesn't quite work, at least for me. And I know that, so I won't do this again. It's an experiment to see if the two styles looked okay together. Because sometimes two styles together do look okay. And I realize I'm talking a little fast. I think I've had too much sugar, more than likely. Even though it's supposed to be sugar-free pop. But hey, maybe it's not. Well, is there any sugar in it? Looking at it now, it says no sugar. So maybe I'm just talking fast because I talk fast. And I do talk fast. So I'm just coloring the presents in. And the coloring of it's not a dragon. I keep calling this thing a dragon. It's not a dragon. It's a bloody dinosaur. That's what I'm going to be drawing all month, so I should remember that. But I don't. You know, I keep saying it's a dragon. No, it's a cute little T-Rex sort of dinosaur. But, you know, I'll probably slip up and keep calling him dinosaur or, dragon. See, dragons, dinosaurs, you know, say that 10 times fast. I probably could, no matter sugar and how fast I'm talking right now. But that's okay. I realize that I talk really fast. So, like I said, color, now, I'm shading I do end up keeping the hat. I don't change the hat later on. I keep the color of the hat. So, doing this is not a big deal. I don't have to redo this, which is good, because, you know, the less you have to redo something, the quicker it is, and the more you can put stuff online. So, like I said, that idea didn't work. So hubby was like, why don't you just do the whole thing, like, you know, flat kind of style shading with ink lines and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll see which one works. So, at the end, I'm going to put pictures of both, so I'll decide which one you like, you know, 1 or 2 kind of thing, but we're not there yet. So I'm adding the flat colors to this, which is really easy to do in Clip Studio. You just create another layer and then go to the paint tool, the paint bucket tool, and then go to refer other layers, and it keeps it within the lines that you choose, as long as they're connected. If they're not connected, it does what that blue screen and the yellow screen just did there, because there's no connection, so you have to make a connection. But so I put the colors behind the lines because they look really odd, obviously, above the lines. So, and then I just color the whole thing, which it's the same way that I colored the dinosaur that you didn't see before. So this shows you how I colored the dinosaur. I just put the base color green, a little darker, base color a little lighter, green on the tree, the way I still don't know what they're not leaves. Pines? No, pine cones, I don't know. I should know. Needles. Maybe it's needles. Pine needles? Maybe it's needles. I don't know. But where the needles would go. So I'm kind of making it look like a Christmas tree. It's very, or at least looks like a pine tree at the very least. Maybe not a Christmas tree. Not until I put a star on it, and then you think, okay, maybe it could be a Christmas tree. And color the presents because they looked a little too flat. Now, I don't mind a flat style, but it doesn't work for everything. I like to put a little bit of shading on it because I just don't like the look. And I know that's daft, you know. You shouldn't care when you're trying to sell art, what you don't like, but it's really hard to get your mindset out of that. To draw what might, you know, be sellable compared to what you like, which is really bad, like I said, when you're trying to sell art. You should be drawing more stuff that people might buy, but then maybe draw what you like too, because people might like that and buy that. You never know. It's really hard. Marketing sucks. Trying to figure out what to make and what to sell and what'll sell and who might like this or who might get offended by something even, because, you know, you don't want to piss people off too much so they don't like your art and say, you know, screw you, I'm not buying it. But anyway, so this dragon was green, but you see here, I made it like a reddish kind of color because there was way too much green. It was just too green. I know it's like holidays, people think green, red, and all that stuff, but it was way too much green. So I thought, hey, we'll just go with the green-red kind of theme. Go with that. It works, kind of. So, made the T-Rex green. Kind of called it the T-Rex that time. Added a bit of shading, like highlights again. Now you see I'm actually coloring a T-Rex, unlike before where I forgot to turn the bloody OBS on to record what I was doing. Because sometimes I forget to do that, and I'm like, crap, I have to redo that, or just be like, I messed up and forgot to turn OBS on, you know, it's my bad. Oops. I know nobody says my bad anymore, I'm well aware of that, but I'm 40 years old. People said that when I was a teenager, you know, it's like bite me and all that other stuff. People, I'm, not that I'm completely out of the loop, because I've grown up on the internet and all that crap, but I do occasionally say things that people are like, what? But that could also be because I'm from Canada, living in Scotland, and certain phrases don't quite match up to what you're saying and doing and stuff like that. Even though I have a habit now, when I'm pissed off, or when I'm trying to say something, explain something, I throw in Scottish words. So if I went back to Canada, everybody would be like confused as hell because I'd be saying all these Scottish words, and people would be like, what the hell is she saying? But I haven't gotten a Scottish accent yet. But anyway, back to the dinosaur. I added a bit of green to the red because, you know, opposites, complementary colors, and all that crap. The color wheel kind of helps in here because they are the opposite colors, and it kind of helps. It's not too much green because in the end it doesn't look green, because I do add more like reds and purples to it, so it doesn't like stand out completely. But it helps here because, like I said, complementary colors, and when you're painting something, or whether that's traditionally or physically, knowing a bit of your color wheel can help. But then again, some of the color wheel stuff you're taught is not correct, and it's just, it's you have to do research into it, really, if you care about it. You can just wing it. I do that when I use colored pencils. I just wing it, what looks good, you know. But in cases like this, I do think of my color wheel to see what's the opposite of this color. But yeah, so this is a finish. This we'll say is number 1. This is the flat colors with a bit of shading. I think it's kind of cute. Not kind of cute. I actually think it is cute, you know. But he's just a cutie. He's waiting for the party to start. You know, let's get drunk kind of thing, or let's, you know, kill somebody and eat them if they're all carnivores. But there will be some herbivore dinosaurs showing up, so they're not all carnivores. Hopefully they don't eat each other like, you know, a mass riot in Jurassic Park or something. But that could happen. You know, I never know. You never know. It's Jurassic Park. But yeah, so it's a Christmas tree because there's a star on top. You know, hey, the star makes it a Christmas tree. And this is the second version. We'll say this is number 2, where it's the flat color dinosaur, but the painterly background, which I'm looking at now, and it's not too bad. I don't like the presents as much. I think they're a bit too washed out, but that's probably my fault for shading them wrong. But overall, it's okay, but the two styles just don't work together. They weren't going for what I was looking for. But hey, live and learn. You have to practice to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. I'm still getting used to this tablet. I'm still getting used to these programs because I'm still doing research into them. So it's kind of like, you know, I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But anyway, so this is day 1 of Vlogmas, and thank you for watching day 1 of Vlogmas. Which, like I said, completely spur of the moment kind of thing, so hopefully I can keep this up. I have no idea. This might be the only day. We'll never know. It depends what I do in the next hour, you know? If I decide to sketch something, then hey, there might be a day 2. Hopefully. So hopefully, there is a day 2, and you can come back tomorrow and see that. But yeah, so like, subscribe, leave a comment about which dinosaur you like better, the flat color one or the painted background, because honestly I don't really have a favorite. I prefer actually the flat colored kind of one rather than the painterly one, but hey, you know, opinions are different and stuff like that. But so yes, day 2 tomorrow, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I think it's going to be a brachiosaur, an appetite, I don't know. I used to know dinosaurs all the time, but anyway, thank you for watching again and listening to me rambling, which was just even more rambling than normal. So yeah, thank you.